Hey guys, it's Spyros from the Self-Help Photographer. We are back in the studio and we've got all kinds of stuff going on today. Number one, we got some questions to answer. Number two, there's some photography news we got to talk about. And number three, I'm going to show you how to take a photograph that looks just like this, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. So let's get down to it. First, let's take a look at photography news. There's a couple of interesting things that came out this week. Number one, there is news, supposedly, that the Canon 70D is going to be announced by the end of this month. Now, this is right on the heels of that 7D Mark II spec leak that I posted about a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember exactly when. I'll link to it in the video here. But they're saying we're going to have a new Canon camera announced by the end of this month. And the fact is, I don't know what it's going to be. Maybe it's the 7D Mark II, maybe it is the 70D. Either way, Canon needs to step up to the plate because in my opinion, even though I've been shooting Canon for the last 13 years, Nikon is kind of handing it to them. Specifically, despite what some people in the comments say about how the D7100 is a DX APS-C censored camera, so it's not worth the money, the fact is that camera is pretty awesome. And while it's not a full-frame camera, the Canon 6D doesn't really hold a candle to the 600D, particularly when you look at things like the autofocus system and stuff like that. So really, I expect to see some pretty fantastic stuff coming from Canon, because if they don't step up to the plate, they're going to lose the market share that they have. Now, another cool thing that came out was an announcement from Pocket Wizard on the new Pocket Wizard Plus X transceiver. This is a unit that costs less than $100, and barely, because it's a $99 unit. But it gives you the best of the Pocket Wizard for a better price. The Pocket Wizard Plus 3 costs $149, I believe, maybe $139, I'd have to take a look. Regardless, it is expensive, but it's the industry standard. I use the Pocket Wizards, and the fact is, they are rock solid. But there's a lot of stuff built into these things that you probably don't need. The Plus X at $99 gives you exactly what you need, which is a rock solid transmitter and receiver at a good, decent price. So if you're looking for some radio triggers, look at this Pocket Wizard Plus X. Great deal in my opinion. And the truth is, when I need new transceivers, I'll probably buy the Plus X. They're compatible with the other Pocket Wizards, the Plus 3s and the Plus 2s, so they'll integrate into your Pocket Wizard system. Regardless, I think it's a great deal from a great company that produces a great photography product. Another interesting product release we have to look forward to comes from the Chinese company Yongnuo, and I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but they make essentially what are knockoff speed lights. They take the Canon designs and they take the Nikon designs, they reverse engineer them, they make cheaper versions. But they've been upping their quality, and they just released the YN563 speed light, which looks just like a Canon 580EX2, but it has a radio receiver built into it, designed to work with the YN603 transmitter as a radio trigger. This is something that is quite interesting, much cheaper way to get into an off-camera flash, going to be much cheaper than working with the Pocket Wizard Plus X's or the Pocket Wizard Plus 3s. However, I don't know how reliable this product is going to be. I would like to try to get my hands on it and test it for you guys, so I'm going to see if I can do that. Some people swear by this brand and say it does some great stuff for them. It's worth exploring, but I can't give it an endorsement because I haven't put my hands on it and actually tested it out yet. So look for that as a possible off-camera flash option for those of you guys who are trying to get into strobist shooting. Our question this week comes from Hefa YouTube, who asks if I recommend the Nikon Nikkor 18 to 300mm f3.5 to 5.6 VR lens. And the truth is, this lens gets some fantastic reviews. Ken Rockwell, if you look on Amazon at the customer reviews, if you look at Adorama, it gets great reviews. This is a decent all-around lens, but the truth is it's not very fast. It's a f3.5 to 5.6, which is average in terms of speed. The problem with a lens like this is when you shoot at longer focal lengths. When you're pulled back and you're shooting at focal lengths like 18mm, 50mm, even 100mm, you can get away with some lower shutter speeds and still get a sharp shot. Something around 1/100th of a second, maybe even 1/50th of a second, depending on your focal length. But when you're shooting out at 200 millimeters, 300 millimeters, you are going to need to shoot at a minimum of 1/200th of a second or 1/300th of a second if you plan on hand holding this lens. And when you're shooting with an f3.5 to 5.6, that's slow, particularly when you're at 300 millimeters. 300 at f5.6 is slow. And yes, I get that this vibration reduction helps, so this is going to give you a stop, maybe 2, but as I've said before, I'm not real sold on that vibration reduction stuff. I would rather buy a fast lens like an f2.8 rather than spend money on a lens like this and not be sure what I'm going to get. Now, you can get the Nikon 80-200 f2.8 AF lens for about $1,200. That is a kick-ass lens that'll work great on the Nikon D7100. So the 18-300, that'll be an okay lens. It'll be fine, but I really recommend you take a look at the Nikon the Nikon 80-200 f2.8 AF lens. And one more thing about these lenses. The truth is, I'm not a fan of this all-in-one zoom that covers the entire focal range. You are compromising quality and lens speed to get that all-in-one zoom range. And frankly, for me, that just doesn't work. I prefer to shoot mostly primes. I have one zoom, that's that Tamron 17-50 f2.8, and I like that lens, but I also have a 50mm prime, a 60mm macro prime, and my 8mm fisheye prime. If I had my druthers, I would shoot completely prime lenses. When I move into my new kit, and I don't know when that's going to be because I got to save my pennies, but when I do, I'm probably going to focus on all prime lenses. Maybe I'll have one zoom, but I'm thinking I might not even go with a single zoom. I might just go all prime. So that's something to think about. When you accept a telephoto, you are accepting a compromise. And that's not all bad, you just need to be aware of it. Alright, we've got the news and questions out of the way. Now I'm going to show you how to shoot an awesome photo like this, where I'm pouring wine into a glass and we capture that motion. We've got it lit beautifully, nice clean white background. So let's get this all set up and I'm going to show you how it's done. Okay, we've got a Canon 580EX2. Now you don't need to have a speed light. You can shoot this with a continuous light source. For instance, I'm lighting this whole scene with these fluorescent lights that I use to record my videos. They're in a softbox, and I got the kit off of Amazon for about $100. Regardless, you need a diffused light source, and I'm going to show you how to set that up. This is my diffusion, and it is a softbox that I made that collapses. And before anybody asks, don't worry, I'm going to make a video showing you how to use it. We've got the wine I'm going to pour, a plate to catch some of the liquid, some paper towel to catch more of the liquid, the glass itself that I'm going to pour into. I'm also going to use a stack of magazines to prop up my light. Now I'm going to turn around and set up this kit and we're going to show you how everything's looking. Okay, we've got everything all set up here, so I'm going to explain to you what this setup is and then we're going to actually shoot it. Here is the softbox. I've got it all put together. Stuck in the back of the softbox, I have my flash attached to the Pocket Wizard radio receiver so that the transmitter on the camera will trigger the flash to fire. My flash is set to 1/32 power. It is the only light source for this shot. Even though all of the lights are on in here, my video lights and everything else, when I take a photo without the flash, it's black, just like this. So my shot settings on the camera eliminate all of this ambient light, so this is the only light source for the photograph. My camera is set to manual mode. I'm shooting at f9, 1/250th of a second, and ISO 100. And when I take a test shot, you get this shot. And what I'm looking for is that clean white background, and I'm looking for just enough definition in the glass that you can tell that there's a glass there without seeing too much detail. Got my plate here to capture the wine I'm going to spill, because in the shot that we're trying to replicate, I'm actually pouring wine down the outside of the glass. And I've got my paper towel here to sop up any mess that I make. And of course, we got our wine. I'm shooting a bottle of Apothic Red, which was a gift to us. Now, one more important thing. I've got the camera pre-focused on the glass, and I've got the lens set to manual focus. So when I press the trigger on my remote, because I'm going to be pouring and shooting myself, I'm not going to have to worry about the camera trying to focus. It's pre-focused and it's set there, it's going to stay there. Now you can get a friend to help you with this and pour while you shoot, but I'm going to do it by myself. Another thing I want to note is that when you're shooting with a flash, you want to make sure that your settings are such that you're not shooting at full power flash. Because if you shoot full power, it's going to take all of the charge out of the flash, which means it's going to take 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds to recycle before it's ready to shoot again. The camera is on burst mode. I'm going to be firing off multiple frames in a second because I want to capture the action as it's happening and pick the best shot. At 1/32 power, I can shoot 32 times before I burn up the charge in the flash, which means I don't have to worry about that recycle time while I'm firing. Okay, we're going to shoot this thing. We've got the light set, the glass set, the camera set, and I've got some wine ready to pour. The trick here is to pour from high enough that you don't see the bottom of the cup or the wine or my hand in the shot, and to pour down the edge of the glass to get that splashing, spilling over look. Here we go. Alright, let's take a look at some of the shots that we got here. Okay, they look pretty good, don't they? I've got several shots that I'm showing you, and the trick here is you got to keep trying until you get something that you like. It's not a precision in the sense that you can fire a frame and you can nail it. You got to try, you got to perfect your pouring technique, you got to perfect your timing when you're shooting. All of those things come together. But all in all, you can see in a few attempts here, I got a great shot. And I'm going to have to do a little bit of cleanup in post, mainly because I splattered some wine onto my softbox, and that shows up a little bit in the shot. But other than that, this is looking like a really awesome shot. And this is all you need. Now, if you're not using a flash, you would want to hang something here. Some kind of a diffusion material. I'm using shower curtain, which works as a great diffusion material, and it's easier to clean than cloth. You could use cloth like a sheet or a t-shirt, and then behind it you would want to put your light source. Again, you want something that's powerful, but not so powerful that it destroys all of the detail in the glass itself. So look at your light source, set your settings, and shoot your shot. That's all I've got for you guys this week. Remember, if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments down below. Send them to Spyros@selfhelpphotographer.com or head over to Facebook at facebook.com/selfhelpphotographer. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and get out there and take some damn photos. I'll see you guys next week with a video on how to make one of these softboxes for your flash. Now that I've poured it, I'm going to drink it.